game.
Yeah, well, if they're going to mount a comeback, it has to start here. So can't wait to just get into this game and we'll see what they can do.
We certainly will. Could we see any level 1s here coming out? We have the Thresh, so could always look for something like that. Lots of members in this bot side, as Raze is spotted out.
Yeah, well, what was the go here? But take a look at runes.
Phase Rush on the Jace instead of the first strike, as well as Electrocute picked up by Gemini's Elise. Everything else seems fairly normal. Will be real interesting to see how the Chiefs Lucian Nami does, because the Oceania hasn't found the most impact. I mean, they've done well, I feel like, in team fights most of the time, but definitely don't find the same leads that you kind of saw in that last game, right? Where Lucian is just so far ahead of anyone else in the game, both in terms of gold and damage, and kind of can't be stopped. But at least gives them something to play around here. But coming up against Shun's Draven, I mean, it's definitely not the free Lucian pick you perhaps thought it was.
Yeah, this Draven had been target banned for weeks on weeks coming into the PCS, so it's cool to see it here in playoffs and see if Chiefs can do something to take it down and really show that LCO deserves to get here. But first off, Raze has been hooked and he will get chunked really low. Shun also doing a lot of damage here onto Aladoric, and an amazing trade for CFO's bottom lane to start off this lane.
Yeah, you normally do see Lucian Nami losing priority, at least in those first couple levels, but you don't often see they just lose half their health to getting hooked, because that's definitely scary when there's an Elise in the game, right? Always the potential that there is some sort of dive that comes through. Gemini, he is on the bot side. I mean, you perhaps expect him to just path up towards the Renekton lane, but there's always the opportunity if too much health was traded bot. As mid lane, you know, Jimmy, he's finding some prio. And it is an on my way ping to the bot bush coming out of Gemini's Elise. So it looks like they will look for this bot dive. I don't believe is spotted on a ward either. And Babip, he's on the other side of the map.
Level 1 still only for the Chiefs. And
oh no.
Elise, one of the greatest diving champs.
No cleanse.
Cleanse now used.
Ooh.
Hook will go wide. But what can you do now? There's no help coming. I mean, Biopanther might have to teleport, but he'd lose so much for that.
I think Rez can stop it as well.
Gemini does land the stun. Aladoric will be going down to Elise, importantly, but now Repel will get him out. What can Raze do? Only flash available here for the Lucian. Teleport committed. Shouldn't get the kill. He will. So that is a cash-in for the Draven as Kisei arrives with teleport. No mana.
Oh, no.
It looks like a third. Double kill now for the Draven, and this has gone from bad to worse for the side of Chiefs.
It's gone bad to worse to just GG, man. What has happened here at level 1? Or not level 1, level 3. I mean, because he TP's bot, but it's so late that it feels like it's almost not worth it. He manages to trade back a kill on a Gemini. But Jimmy, you know, has the TP advantage now, and 2 kills for Shun. I think this...
Dirk Sheen.
Wow. How much? Wow, he's just so fair. I mean, I want to say multiple mistakes there from Chiefs kind of bring up to this, right? So lost health level 1, then was forced to blow cleanse before this even started, as well as the fact that Babip just isn't around, right? They have no level 1 vision to tell where Gemini is going, and he's not here for the counter gank, so I feel like, yeah, just multiple mistakes. Really well played here from CFO to manage to kind of just, you know, juggle the aggro. Obviously with the Elise does make it a lot easier. And I think even with Gemini going down, I mean, you have to feel so happy with the outcome here. Especially Shun, right? Couldn't ask for more. They managed to take out Kisei as well. I mean, just such a huge lead here so early on. Oh, as we see the Chiefs backstage, coaching staff, Carmen and Cupcake there. Another dive.
Yeah, Gemini getting a lot done here on the math. Biopanther will survive just for now. He actually takes out Gemini, so Rest will get the kill and slice and dice away. But again, we're seeing Biopanther sort of showing the best showing out of Chiefs so far in the series.
Yeah, nice by Bar for sure. That guy's the GOAT. Every game, honestly, has been doing pretty well. Big trade comes on to Kisei, who falls very low. Does have the flash still.
Ooh, no teleport available, so all the damage that Jace has just landed will stick for the most part outside of the refillable and that cookie, but you don't really expect to see Jace this well. Kisei is 1 HP.
Oh, Gemini, he gets him.
Gemini will pick him up, so that is the third different lane that Gemini has ended up under someone's tower, as Shun has just picked up a straight 2v2 kill on Aladoric bot lane.
Yeah, like you said, bad to worse. here for Chiefs. I mean, they're falling so far behind, and we said that these are two comps that want to fight early, and whoever finds that lead is going to quickly snowball it. We'll see how this happens. Feels like it just must have been another hook that landed, right? It can't be anything else. There's no flash up. Oh, did the creep die and he found the hook after it?
Wow.
Yeah, it just felt like Aladoric was maybe just way too far up. Gets hooked and kind of nothing to back it up.
Yeah, and while that was going on, Rest did pick up a solo kill up top on Biopanther. So, I mean, every lane now just losing for the Chiefs, really. There's, I don't know where you look for saving graces anymore.
Yeah, I think it might be a go next series at this point. Really just a 4K gold deficit at 6 minutes. I feel like it's almost unheard of. Let's see how the solo kill happened because, like we said, Bayer has actually been playing pretty well this series. Rest, I mean, it looks like Bayer's hard winning out in the trades. Does hit level 6 though. Wow, just so much damage so quickly, and Bayer, I guess, did not have E during any of this time or something. Felt like he should have E, but maybe doesn't. It was just taken out there in rather short order. Cull even picked up by Jimmy, and kind of surprising. I feel like this game might not even go to Cull being finished, but I respect it. He's an optimistic man.
Yeah. Warhammer now completed on Shun as he gets close to that Essence Reaver. And man, this Draven is just so far ahead of anyone else really in this game. And again, like Shun has really been on the receiving end of such great jungling from Gemini in this series. Gemini has this game already been under both mid-top and bottom tower at least once. I mean, bottom was like 3 times in the series of one play, so I don't know, just fantastic gameplay and showing that at least certainly does have a place still in this meta.
I think definitely with the way the games have been going, at least seems a natural pick, right? Just the fact that Chiefs continually crumble in the early game means if you can look to punish them there, it seems like a great kind of strategy going forward. Currently have priority in all 3 lanes. They're trying to find something onto Rest. No level 6 here for Babip though.
Rest will ult and turn onto Babip. Babip getting really low. Will he pick up the kill 2v1? He will. That is the first kill. Chiefs now having to run away, but Cocoon will land onto Biopanther, and that is a kill given over to Jimmy. And so 2 to 9 is the kill line, and almost a 5k gold lead already.
Shun must be getting pretty close to his item here at only 8 minutes in. A little bit of damage traded back into Slay True. Looks like Gemini in the meantime, though, will start up the Herald, and there is no trade from the side of Chiefs. Babip just died topside. Ooh, can they look for something? I mean, Lantern's used. A lot of sums up here, though. Raze is taking a lot of damage. Trades back well. And I think this Herald could go to basically any lane at this point. Wow, the top tower...
Not top.
What happened top, man? 5 plates taken in almost a 1v1? I mean, I guess there was that early kill, but... after that, I mean, that's kind of insane, right? The tower just going down without even the Herald that early. I really want to see some gold numbers shown. Shouldn't though, he might be in trouble.
Will all Lantern away, cease and desist used. Will they get him? They do. Shutdown given to Barbip. However, it is traded for Slay True. So 1 for 1, but massive shutdown given to Barbip.
It definitely better than nothing here. Once again, but it just always feels like too little too late. As the Prowler's Claw is picked up for Rest. That guy's going to be having a blast this game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just because they're so far ahead, but typically you see the press the attack with this particular Renekton build, but honestly, when you're this far ahead, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Indeed, as he is entering this... oh, he's going to find Bio. Doesn't have any Fury, though. He's pretty far in by himself.
Does have Fury now.
Yeah, okay.
Prowler's Claw still available.
He's going to keep chasing. Could maybe even go for a 1v3 here. I actually think he might win this.
Can he get onto Kisse? He gets that kill. Can he get the third? Oh,
he's so close.
Shutdown is given over there to Kisse. And honestly, I don't know if the second instance of Slice and Dice hit, but that was so close to getting the 3 kills in a 3v1.
Yeah, it's so sad that looks close at the start. I mean, it's just so unbelievably fed. Aladoric, he's going to find Slay True, who does not have flash. The bubble goes wide.
Shun is nearby, but doesn't look like he can get there, and Biopanther will come claim the kill.
Yeah, there are picks being picked up here for Chiefs. The problem is it never leads to anything, though. It's always a kill and nothing more, whereas the side of CFO, you know, denying waves, denying camps, taking towers. As you see Rest, I mean, he engaged onto Bio so early. Didn't even have to use the Prowler's Claw at all. Just, like, took him out. And then just completely one-shots Babip off the back end, right? Just actually annihilated him with the Prowlers. Got over the wall. I think could have got out, but, you know, decided to go for a bit more. It looks like both of the Slice and Dices did connect, but ultimately was not enough damage and was taken out.
Getting a dragon.
Oh, I mean, they're going to get it, but at what cost?
Yep, will look like Biopanther does get hooked, but so far he's okay as Jimmy now joins the fight as well. Rest, importantly, still sitting in mid. Flash away, and so it is a dragon for free if you don't include summoners, where Nami lost both of hers. Biopanther also losing his flash.
Oh, Shun, he's going to get picked here almost certainly.
Cease and desist is used. He will also be stunned up there by Kisei. However, Biopanther found by Gemini off our screens to the left.
Yeah, it does get taken out. This feels like it's rapidly devolving into a solo queue game. I can definitely respect, though, from the side of Chiefs, at least trying to be active on the map and finding some kind of fight, but it feels like you're almost just kind of trying to beat CFO at their own game, and I mean, it's something that they've practiced all split, whereas Chiefs have more been kind of that scaling and mid-game team. Now, you know, kind of unable to really reach that style, and just forced to contest early, and honestly just not quite as clean at it as CFO is. Did manage to get a dragon, but 6k gold deficit at 12 minutes. I mean, it's not looking too hard.
So you've been a pro player and obviously play solo queue. Would you, as the Chiefs here, would you think you're more likely to win this if it's a pro game or if it devolves into solo queue?
Definitely a solo queue game. I think
so there we go. That's their win con.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, solo queue, anything's possible. A lot of throwing at. And to be fair, we've seen CFO throw some pretty massive leads, right? They are somewhat reliant, I feel like, on their Dragon Soul to continually close out the game. Now, is this a lead I think they can throw? Probably not. I think they are far enough ahead, and Chiefs don't really have a comp that can punish them later in the game for it. But, you know, to their credit, have got 6 kills, have got at least 1 dragon to their name. Still have yet to pick up a tower this game, though. I think I've only picked up 2 towers the entire series, both in Game 2.
Yeah, and sort of ironically, this is probably the game they fell the furthest behind the quickest, but it is also the only game they got a dragon, as we do see a flash cocoon land there onto Aladoric, but cease and desist will ensure Shun dies. Massive Tibbers in the middle of the fight, and we're finding Chiefs use their team fight and to find more success yet again. Raze flashes forward. Will he be able to finish off Slaytrue? Not for the moment, but I feel like this is exactly how Chiefs can get back into the game, but all it takes is for CFO to include Rest in a fight, and it's hard to see what Chiefs can really do. But honestly, 14 minutes, there has been, what is that, 21 kills already, so it certainly is a solo queue game by the looks of things.
Really nice here from the Chiefs to read this incoming play. Have Kisei and Babip in the wings already. Nice re-engage as well. Like you said, if you can take fires without Rest in them, that may be winnable. And we're kind of seeing the strength of the Vi pick time and time again. Has shut down Shun before he really has the potential to do any more damage. Raze also manages, almost got that kill at the end.
Carbon there, celebrating.
I mean, Shun's lead is definitely still pretty significant, but perhaps not as much as you'd expect given how ahead he was. Just time and time again being shut down by that Annie-Vi combo. Got some point and click damage. It is ultimately, though, still the objectives that are going the way of CFO. Chiefs have been unable to pick up any towers yet, or Rift Heralds. Just a dragon to their name. Kisei, he's pretty strong now, though. Is 4-2 on the Annie, and as the solo AP of his team, pretty difficult for CFO to itemize against them. Gold deficit is 5k at 15, which feels pretty significant, but I think this almost feels like the most winnable game of the 3.
Yeah, somehow. I mean, it certainly didn't look at it about 5 minutes in, but it's really devolved a little bit since then. And honestly, it has to be said, Chiefs have played well to be able to have got into this space. I mean, after that 3v1 that Rest almost pulled out, they haven't yet gone back to him, and he's just been sort of 5-1 doing nothing in the side. So Chiefs playing around where this Renekton is and finding lots of shutdowns and lots of golds onto their carry.
Once again, it just feels like they start playing well at such a deficit, right? Like they're playing there, they're kind of, 8,000 gold deficit at, what was it, like 10 minutes here, pretty decently, but just feels like you need almost just stronger individual early game to be able to get through it. Dragon is spawning. I don't think there's any chance that Chiefs can enter this bot side. It is really just Kize who's managing to kind of stay in with the gold. Herald's being dropped bot as well. So this should be probably tier 2 bot. Tier 1 and tier 2 bot picked up, maybe even the second Dragon. They're not even looking at Dragon at the moment, actually just trying to increase their gold lead right now as damage goes towards this bot tower. Side of Chiefs, maybe they want to look to punish. Ooh, the hook and Cocoon just barely missed. Tower is very low though and can be picked up later on. Most likely will just head back towards the Dragon here. He's trying to find a little bit of something, but doesn't look like he can find much. Does dash away. Oh my god, a lot of damage comes out. Does have the Nami to kind of top him up. TP flank though coming in from Kize. I believe it's not spotted yet, doesn't look like. So it has a, but he's spotted on the minions. Might find himself actually just grouped back with the team. Shun doesn't have flash though, so it's going to be quite difficult to space out Kize. Oh my god,
Jimmy finding another shock blast there onto Raze, and if you land one more of those, there's no way he can participate in any fighting. Rest also looking for a flank here as Chiefs just redivert their attention to pushing down mid bot.
Seems kind of strange.
Everyone's just leaving the Dragon. No one cares about it anymore.
I think this comes out better for CFO though. They can just take the mid tier 2, and Chiefs almost feel like they have to go back to the drag to trade something, but if they do, they just get aced by CFO. So not really sure what was going on with the Chief macro. Felt like you kind of needed to hit the Dragon and force CFO to come back from mid to at least contest you on it. Instead, just end up losing that tier 2 mid tower for free, which I think you should have been able to keep up for a little bit longer. And not even the Dragon picked up. So I think big macro fumble there from the side of Chiefs. Perhaps just not quite as decisive as they needed to be around that objective. Now going to re-enter now though, and can actually get the setup. So they do have control over the area for now.
Well, poke landed by Jimmy, and it has to be said they were winning fights, but if there is to be a fight soon, Rest will be involved, as actually the entire team of Chiefs is hunting down this Renekton. He will realize it at least shortly as the death ball follows.
How much time can he buy?
Tidal wave used. He's looking for a fight.
So 1v5.
Will get stunned up. He actually finds a lot of damage, but cease and desist will ensure he goes down. And now CFO are just trying to cut off the rotation.
Nice pickup for Chiefs. I think it's Kize that picks up the shutdown. It was quite a lot of gold on Rest. Continuing, we kind of see Rest do this of just over pushing way too much in those side lanes and getting punished for it. Doesn't let Chiefs get back in the game. I still don't really think so. I mean, we're kind of grasping at straws for how Chiefs can get back in, but I think they're doing everything they can. It's 5 kills now on Kize's Annie, and has those 2 items here. Working on the third. Is that second drag picked up by CFO, but definitely not as early as it was in some of our other games. Jungle is just being completely controlled, and Rest, still the most gold despite Kize just picking up that massive shutdown.
Yeah, but impressively, Kize is second, so certainly doing well for himself as Jimmy and now sent to match Biopanther, and will lose a lot of health. Aladoric also in the area, but that phase rush is helping him try and get away. Barbet will queue forward. Bubble goes wide. What can they find? There is a teleport coming in from Rest.
Oh, has the ult, but
yeah, it does use Dominus, but just goes straight down there. And, I mean, they do find an inner down in the bot onto Shun, but Chiefs keep finding picks. They keep finding bit by bit more gold to go onto these carries, and now they're starting off Baron. I think this might be a little bit ambitious, although Jimmy gets really hard chunked out before any fighting can happen, and Shun also not yet in the area.
I respect the attempt. Jimmy gets taken down immediately. I think after getting that pick, Chiefs can maybe go back to it.
Oh, Raze goes forward, does have to flash away, but also finds a kill onto Slaytrue, and Raze darting in and out is playing fantastically in these team fights. Gemini, however, will look for a steal.
He has a ward. Oh my god, Gemini
does have flash. Elise also really nice execute on her. Does get the Baron. 1 kill for Shun. Can he find any more? A lot of low health bars, but...
Tragic. I think Chiefs was so close to actually being able to win this game if they pick up the Dragon, but at least so good at securing the Baron and had a ward in the pit. Resty's going to find... Does not quite find Raze. Baron gets out as well.
Gets away with it there.
I feel so bad for Chiefs. They find kill after kill, but never manage to get it into an objective. They think finally at long last they can get something, which is the Dragon, you know, set up really well here by, or the Baron, sorry, set up really well here by Raze, who found this pick on a Jimmy so early and then weaved in and out to manage to take down Slaytrue as well. I mean, this was extremely well played, I think, from Raze. Manages to get in and get out without dying, which should secure his team the Baron. It feels like maybe no one's healthy enough to kind of protect the pit, and they don't have a sweeper or a pink. So there's no way to stop Gemini from getting in here. And we've seen it time and time again. I mean, Elise is stealing Baron. Especially Gemini, I think, might have done this before, actually. So sad for the side of Chiefs. Their one lifeline back in the game kind of ripped away from them. Yeah,
and it does sort of feel like that, right? I mean, honestly, the kills look even, but there still is an 8k gold. Of course, about 1.5 of that is the Baron gold, but even without that, it's a 6k gold lead. And that, I mean, that's just entirely off CS and turrets, and also Draven passive, but I don't know, things are looking bleak now for the Chiefs.
They still have, you know, relatives. Ooh, okay. Ooh, Rest is picked
will
again.
Be found again.
Yeah, Rest is kind of just an all-you-can-eat buffet here for Chiefs. They've found him so many times. And despite that, you know, still so far behind in gold. Can they get anything off of it? Probably not, but they do delay this Baron, which I think is pretty good. You know, make sure that no more towers go down, although all the tier 2s are already down. So it would really just be CFO breaking the base, which I'm not sure they have quite enough control to do so in terms of the vision, at least just yet. It is that third Dragon spawning soon, and I guess we're starting to see why, you know, CFO are so reliant on them. You know, they aren't a team that doesn't give over these random deaths, and they aren't a team that, you know, consistently wins, you know, skirmishes and never gives anything back. And that Dragon being delayed, we were kind of questioning it at the time, but it's looked like it's worked out here for Chiefs. Do buy themselves at least more time for Raze to kind of be able to carry this game. I feel like they don't outscale, but I mean, neither comp really scales, right? So it's just really going to come down to execution. Still, though, the carries for CFO remain ahead. They have 10 more seconds on this Baron. Probably can't get anything with it.
Yeah, and it has to be said, I mean, it's so hard for CFO to actually ever hit a tower, because the only one really going to be doing damage to it is going to be Shun at the moment. I mean, Jimmy in not long enough range to be able to, and if Shun ever walks up into range of autoing tower, he is probably just going to be Vi-ulted and Annie-ulted. So, I mean, they did get the Baron, but Baron is all but gone now, and they didn't really get anything off it, as now we see Biopanther taking on Rest yet again, and honestly, it's a lot closer than it was at previous times, but still favoring Rest, as it will be a solo kill.
Yeah, he was just gobbled up in the side lane. They both had flash, but neither of them willing to commit to going over the wall. Third Dragon is now picked up, and Baron's on the map in just another 2 minutes. Because he's getting pretty close to some big items here. I mean, he's building a Void and Rabadons at the same time. Not too sure why you would go for the Void here. I mean, there's very little MR other than the QSS. I think it should just be the Rabadons, but I like that he's gone for the Ludens build as opposed to Rod of Ages. Again, it was a game very much about early game fights, and kind of, you know, made sure he was strong for that, and it certainly paid off. As Raze as well is getting pretty close to what is going to be his Navori here, I would assume, as that third item. Which is a big spike, especially... Ooh, okay, maybe looking on Shun.
Yeah, Shun does get cease and desist. Lantern will get him out for now, and Barbet will be going down. Rest now in the middle of the team. Prowler's Claws onto Kisei, and Slice and Dices away. Jimmy engaged on as well. He will also get away. So many low health bars on the side of CFO, but ultimately only Barbet going down.
Yeah, that was... I feel like that was a big window to not capitalize on, though, because the fact that you've used your Vi flash ult and you don't get the kill, I think is a really big problem, especially for the next fight. While Shun was forced to flash and can maybe be punished by Kize in the next one, the Vi is so much weaker without that flash, right? It's going to be much harder. And also, I don't know if you noticed, but Jimmy actually had the QSS, which allowed him to get out there. So you're kind of running out of targets. Or CC does go wide, but they are pushed out. Therefore, they're going to be able to push down mid as well as get priority on top. Can just control this top jungle area. Set up for what is most likely just going to be a Baron started in 40 seconds. And despite their lead, CFO, yeah, definitely have not played it as clean as we would have liked. Feels like this could have been a game that was over at 15 minutes, but instead Chiefs have done well enough to bring themselves, you know, at least a fighting chance in the game. Whether they're winning or not, I don't think you can say that, but they have a chance.
I mean,
not
Raze
a good one.
Oh, Raze getting really aggressive there. Raze has played so well, I feel. After what happened to him early game, to be 4-1-8 on this Lucian, I feel is extremely impressive. As Kisei does teleport in, the extra movement speed will not quite find the angle onto Shun.
Yeah, a little bit of poke comes out. I think Shun needs to play really slow.
Raze, oh, nice flash cocoon by Gemini, but ultimately Cleanse is used by Raze. Repel also used now. He will be going down. Actually, Stopwatch stops it while Rest takes down Kisei down the bottom. It is now going to be Biopanther going down. Only Aladoric, my goodness, is left. But they will push down mid. What a tongue twister.
Look, it's a tough one. I don't blame you. It looks like this will most likely be CFO picking up the win. 4,000 damage done by Jimmy in that fight. Landed a lot of critical poke beforehand. And I think, you know, for the side of Cheats, it's definitely not the series that you wanted. However, you have a second chance, right? You go down in the losers bracket. And I think there's definitely a lot to learn, both in terms of, like, you know, what you can do better, but also just how the PCS plays. I think you have a very good idea now. They're not the kind of region that's going to let you sit back and scale like you might get in the LCO. But now, yeah, I mean, what's going to go on for the next series? They have to take on BYG in that lower bracket, and I think that it's going to be tough, right? Like, BYG is definitely a very tough matchup, I think. Like, BYG might even be better than CFO, right? It's hard to tell because in more recent times, you know, I don't know, BYG, I feel like they've looked better than CFO, although CFO, they just came out with like a really monstrous performance, so I'm not even too sure. And as we see Chiefs on the side here, not looking too happy, obviously, with that result. But it happens. You've got a lot to learn as well. It can be taken away from this. And I believe their next best of 3 is a couple days from now. Tomorrow we have Team Bliss taking on Impunity. So you'll get the chance to watch them take on the game as well. And kind of see where you go from there. Yes, I mean, he's pretty happy with that Prowler's Renekton performance at the end.
I wonder if he could have got more done if he had pressed the attack. I mean, ultimately, it did feel like he got pretty weak. Like, he was so far ahead, and then I feel like he got a lot weaker